Right, this came with the smoker, and I'm just using this pulled pork recipe. I've made up this rub. Put the ingredients in the description. Here it is. I'm going to rub it in mustard first, and here's my pork. So let's get going with it. Right, so I've removed the rind. Get that big lump of fat out of the way. We don't need that on there. And I've left the rest of the fat, and that fat will dissolve into the meat at 94 degrees Celsius. Rubbed it with mustard. So now I'm going to put on my rub. The chimney starter's good to go. Looks nice and hot. Rub the pork. I might barbecue that over the coals later. Not sure. It's looking pretty nice. I use one of these now to light my coals, and I use wood wax coals, natural ones. Here's my hickory. This is hickory wood. I've got a few chunks in there. It's the last of my bag actually. Some briquettes and some hardwood lump. So let's get that in. Get the water bowl filled up. It's ready to go and get smoking. Well, here we go. I've got about 8 litres of water in the water pan. Put my lid on. Good to go. I've dropped a couple of coals on there before, so burn a hole in the barbecue. I've got all my vents open at the moment, and we'll leave that to come up to about 110, and we'll try and keep it between 110 and 130. So here's a few things I use. This is the Weber chimney starter. These are brilliant. Revolutionised starting charcoal. I use this little barbecue, $30 at the local hardware store, to light that chimney starter. And then I can be getting the main smoker ready while that's going. And I use these natural fire lighters, so there's no chemical smell to them. I've also purchased an iGrill 2. It has 4 outlets, where are they? And it's an excellent piece of kit because it means you don't have to keep taking the lid off. So check your meat, you can just leave it in there. Today I'm going to put 2 probes in the meat and 1 just into the smoker itself. So I've got the temperature on the top. It's coming up pretty quick. And I'll have a temperature from the inside of the smoker on one of these. Also got the flames torch, gas torch for lighting my firelighters. Put on one of these nice oven gloves, and I've got you can buy a branded glove, but they're basically just a welding glove. So instead of spending $70 on a Royal King glove or Weber glove, I wrote the brand on these welding gloves that cost $20, and they're every bit as good. So that's a good way to save a few dollars. Anyway, we've got to get this damped down. It's coming up to temperature pretty good, and get our probes in. So we've got our probes in. I've got this one right in the middle on this side. Poke that one down in there, and they come out this rubber cap. This is the 47cm Weber. That one's just going into the Weber itself, and then here, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to mount a metal plate on there, and it's got a magnet on the back, so I'll just sit there. I'll put a little cover over it. So we're ready to go. Also put this hook up here. It's really handy to hang your lid on instead of putting it on the floor. Right, we'll get that temperature back up and even, and then we'll damp it down, and we'll give that 3 or 4 hours and come back to it. So while the smoker is cooking away over there, I'll just show you my other barbecue. I've got a Weber kettle, amazing piece of kit. That's a Weber Performer. There's the fold down side. In here, got my coals, my lighters. We've even got a slow cooker out here. I can get on the go when I want to. Here I've got my Royal King 3-burner with side burner. The side burner is really handy. And then I've got all sorts of toys out here. The rotisserie. The rotisserie is fantastic. I I'll do another video on that. My bits: salt, pepper, gloves, wipes, scissors, sprays, aluminium. There's the rotisserie, small briquettes under there, and then my wood chunks sit at the back. Got some apple left, some cherry left, and I'm drying out some manuka. And I've got some peach. So it's good on this area. I'll just bring this little table out when I'm barbecuing. Just on the down side of that smoke zone at the moment. I'm just going to bring it up a fraction. Right, the pork has been in for 4 hours and it's 69, 70 degrees. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to put this on it, hot Mexican sauce, and this is apple cider vinegar that I'm going to pour into the tray. Then I'll put the pork in here and then I'll wrap it. So that will keep all the juices in there, and then I'll return it into the barbecue, into the smoker, until it gets up to 95 degrees. Right, it's looking pretty good. Get these probes out. I'll start beeping because they've been disconnected. Still got a bone in this. There we go. This is diluted cider vinegar. I'll put in 1/4 of a cup and diluted it just with water. Leave that like that. Put this on and I'll pop it back in. There we go. There we go. Got that back in. Probes back in. Just got to put my lid back on. Bring it up to temperature again. Now it's just a case of leaving it until we're up to 95 in the meat, and then we're done. Also making some kebabs on the gas barbecue. Some baked potatoes. Right, here we are. I've got the pork out of the smoker and rested it for an hour and a half. Now we're going to see what it's like. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Be able to shred all that up nicely. Well, this is a successful pork cooking mission. See you on the next one.